How are digital natives different from digital immigrants? Have you ever wondered how kids today are growing up in a world so different from the one their parents knew? The differences between digital natives and digital immigrants are fascinating, especially when we look at Generation Alpha, those born after 2010. Let's break it down. Digital natives, like Generation Alpha, have been surrounded by technology since they were born. They see smartphones, tablets, and the internet as part of their everyday life. In contrast, digital immigrants are those who were born before the digital age and had to learn how to use these technologies later on. One major difference is how early Generation Alpha interacts with technology. Many of these kids start using devices even before they can talk. This early exposure makes them comfortable with technology as a natural part of their environment. Digital immigrants, on the other hand, had to adapt to these tools later in life, which can be a challenge. Another key point is the hyperconnected lifestyle of digital natives. Generation Alpha is often online all the time, using multiple devices and platforms at once. This constant connectivity influences how they communicate and learn. Digital immigrants typically experienced a time without such constant online access and often use technology more intentionally. When it comes to learning, Generation Alpha uses technology not just for fun but also as a main tool for education. They engage with educational apps and interactive content from a young age. In contrast, digital immigrants often relying on traditional learning methods and may find it harder to adapt to these new tools. Content creation is another area where these two groups differ. While many digital immigrants mainly consume content, Generation Alpha actively creates and shares their own online. They use various platforms to connect with others and express themselves, reflecting a more participatory digital culture. Generation Alpha also shows strong multitasking skills and a preference for visual information. Their experiences with video games and video-based content help them switch tasks quickly. Digital immigrants may find multitasking more difficult and often prefer a linear way of consuming information. Digital identity is another important aspect. Digital natives often manage their online presence independently and expect personalized experiences. In contrast, digital immigrants might rely on guidance and may be more cautious about online privacy and security. Lastly, Generation Alpha is more globally aware and socially conscious. They have access to a wide range of information, which shapes their values around diversity and sustainability. Digital immigrants may have different perspectives influenced by their earlier experiences without such immediate global connectivity. In practical terms, educational systems are adapting to include more digital learning tools that fit the way Generation Alpha interacts with technology. Social platforms and online games are also becoming vital for their social interactions. It is essential for parents and educators to balance screen time with offline activities, considering the mental health effects of constant digital engagement. Digital literacy education for Generation Alpha focuses on helping them evaluate information critically and navigate online spaces responsibly from a young age. The differences between digital natives and digital immigrants are clear and impactful, shaping how each group interacts with the world around them.